A very good morning to all of you and welcome to the session. Am I audible? So let us start the session. The Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Before we go to the editorial analysis, let us spend a few minutes on the enrichment. You're going to spend about 60 minutes with me. So the pertinent question is, what is the benefit? What is the enrichment? There are about 6 to 7 areas I'm going to touch, and you're going to get benefited based on those areas. The very first one is comprehension skill. You all know, exam point of view, reading comprehension skill is very important. And exam topics like passage, close test, para jumble, scrambled sentences, all these demand reading comprehension skill. And every editorial provides some sort of insight and enables you guys improve your reading comprehension skill. Today's topic is custodial deaths. Death, when police detain a person and torture that person dies, that is known as custodial death. It's all about that. Input 2, vocabulary. Today we have about 20 words. Today's editorial is based on vocab, almost 20 words, but many words are familiar words for our regular students. Important words I have listed out here: heinous, chilling, intimidate, impunity, secluded, contempt. Next input is grammar related, sentence patterns, effective English, idioms, and phrasal verbs. I started A to Z idioms. Yesterday I brought 5 idioms. Today, A to Z phrasal verbs. So, what are the five phrasal verbs? Act on, account for, ask for, act up, act out. Some are easy, some are difficult. And I'm going to touch important rules based on the editorial. I may take one sentence, talk about the rule behind, and while doing the analysis, I'm going to talk about smart learning, give tips, all that. And the exam topics, English mocks or mini mocks, you're going to work on reading comprehension skill, error location. Today it is phrasal verbs, not writing skill, not at this stage. And a new feature, the last slide is about the 10 words you got yesterday. Only words you see, you have to respond by giving the meaning, key words, and that will help consolidating your vocab, whatever you got yesterday. Now, without wasting time, let us go to the first input, vocabulary, the words from today's editorial, and where do they help the words, or where does it help word power? Exam topics like word usage, word swap, fillers, synonyms, antonyms, meanings of words, passage related, and close test also word combinations. I told yesterday also, because of the time constraint, I'm not going to touch the word profiles, though I have brought. After the session, I'll provide the PDF you try to access, spend time on the word profiles. Here I'm going to talk the word and the part of speech and the meaning. What is the first word here? Foul. Many students know the word foul goes with informal English, and the typical combination is smell, foul smell. Foul smell means what? Bad smell. But it goes with other contexts. Part of speech, adjective. Disgusting, offensive, wicked, or unfair. Based on the context, meaning changes. So, in this context, it means something like disgusting, offensive, wicked, means cruel, unfair. We also use this word with foul language. Someone uses bad words and shouts at someone, abusive language. Then also we can say foul language, and another combination, foul behavior. To make dirty or dishonor something, second meaning. Now let us go to resort. I am sure many of you know the word resort as a noun, summer resort, winter resort. But here as a verb. As a verb, it has a different meaning altogether. To turn to or use something, especially a bad option, not a good option, bad option, when nothing else is available. Imagine you're angry. There are so many options to control your anger, but you do something very negative or bad. That means you have resorted to that. Means you have used a particular approach which may not be good. Resort to violence, a typical combination. The next word, heinous, it goes with crime, heinous crime. Part of speech, adjective. Shockingly wicked or evil. Wicked means a cruel, Do remember. It goes with crime. And after the session, look at the word profile. You understand the combinations, everything. Chilling. Many of you know the word chill. Which season does it go with? Please respond. Chill goes with winter. But it also goes with another thing. Don't recollect now. Morning, not advisable. What does it go with? What is the expression? Chilled beer. Different meaning altogether. And he's always a chill. Means what? Cool. Ghastly murder. Naidu. Very good. And chill means just relax, cool. But here, different meaning altogether. Chilling. Part of speech adjective. What does it mean? Causing fear, shock, or horror. More than anything, shock, causing fear. Then we say chilling murder. Embolden. In the word itself, you have bold. Bold means what? Courageous. To have the courage. Embolden means make someone courageous. Part of speech verb. It's a regular verb. To give someone courage or confidence to do something. The next word, contempt, an important word. It goes with informal English as well as formal English. What does it mean? Usually, what we do, we respect people, but sometimes we don't respect a few persons. We look down upon them. We feel they are not of the same level. We try to look down upon them. For that, we use the word contempt. Part of speech, noun. It can also be a verb. What is the meaning of that? A feeling that someone or something is worthless or beneath consideration, low level. You feel they are a different low level, then you have to use the word contempt. Intimidate. Many of our students know this word. We have got many a time an important word, part of speech verb. Part of speech verb. Intimidation, noun form. I will continue from I started day before yesterday. You have the season right now, July to Feb. I'm going to do Monday to Saturday, not on Sundays because there's no editorial on Sundays. And also morning 6 bilingual, morning 7 English edition. Intimidate means what? Yes, Naidu has responded frightened. To frighten or threaten someone to force them to do something. To frighten someone to force them do something. Usually, intimidation, one can intimidate others by using authority, by using money, by using language also, English language. Some people try to intimidate. So, different combinations are there. What is the next word? An important word, it's a legal term impunity. Part of speech, noun. Exemption or freedom from punishment or consequences. Exemption or freedom. Imagine there's a law everyone has to follow and comply with. But for some people, there's an exemption, means they don't have to follow. Then we use the word impunity. It is like some sort of consideration, and they don't have to follow those rules. Then we have to use the word, they have the impunity, some sort of protection. They don't have to follow. Secluded. Generally, this goes with areas. Any area, usually we use the word isolate, isolated. But we can also say secluded, isolated area. Means what? There's no one over there. Part of speech, adjective. Quiet, private, and not seen or visited by many people. Imagine there's a particular place you don't see anyone. Formidable. That's a very good word. Who is this? Pranita. I appreciate that. Formidable opponent, formidable task, daunting task. You have to recollect. And in secluded area means isolated area. An important word. Those are the words. And do spend time on the word profiles. Do remember, word profiles are very important from the exam point of view. But because exams are fast approaching, I'm trying to cut down the time so that we can spend more time on English mocks. And though English mocks are very important from now on. Now, coming to the second benefit, reading comprehension skill based on the editorial. And what are the exam topics you can handle or deal with if you're really good at reading comprehension skill? Passage, close test, parajumble, scrambled sentences. But yesterday someone requested, sir, please spend some time on editorial. say something about the editorial. And today, based on that, I have brought the broad outline or framework of the editorial. What is this about? It is about custodial death. When you see the expression custodial death or custodial torture, as a learned person, as a graduate or postgraduate, you have to think of one particular department. Which one is that? Police department. When police take a person, they detain the person and they torture that person, the person dies, then it is known as custodial torture, custodial death. It's all about that. Introduction. The editorial starts with the persistent horror, means still existing problem of custodial torture and custodial death. Then it talks about the case details. Why should they write about the custodial death? Something must have happened somewhere. And they have to provide the details of that particular case. Case details are provided. Next, why did the person die? Because of torture. Based on that, patterns of abuse and victim profile. Police custodial death means because of police, the torture made by the police, the person died. So, what were the methods used? And what are the methods used usually? Patterns of abuse. Abuse means misuse. And who is a person? Victim profile. Then, usually, when something like this happens, the government may get a bad name. Based on that, the government tries to respond. Next point, government reaction and damage control. Then criticism of cosmetic measures. How did the government respond in the real sense or superficially? Cosmetic, I'm sure all of you know, goes with makeup, but here it has a different meaning altogether. Here, cosmetic means superficial. And conclusion, a call for police accountability, answerability. Accountable means what? Answerable. Child abuse, abuse, Naidu, very good. And delinquency, Nagesh, good. Police harassment, yes. Strong statement. Law keepers means police must fall in line. Be careful, don't go off the track. Don't think of something else. Fall in what? Fall in line means to follow a procedure. Editorial urges an end to impunity. Police should be punished if they make a mistake. And restoration of rule of law and human dignity. Custodial death, the person is subjected to torture. And third degree means unimaginable torture. And human dignity is at stake. That should be restored according to the editorial. Nagesh, you're very sharp. Now let us go to today's editorial and see what the stimulus is. Very easy. It's all about custodial death. And based on that, murder most foul means not acceptable. Most foul, very bad, and murder. When you see the word murder, it goes with everyday English, but there's a better word you have to think of. What is it? Homicide. I'm sure all of you know homo means human being, same. And one more meaning, homo, human being. Side means to kill. One person kills another person, that is known as what? A case of homicide. And coming to police do that. And under when someone is detained, it is we can use the word murder. Murder is a common word on custodial torture and deaths. It's all about custodial death. Now let us go to the main idea. Policemen resort to violence to extract confession on mere suspicion. What is the main idea of this? The editorial says policemen resort to violence. They take to violence, they indulge in violence. Why do they do that? To extract, to obtain confession. They want the suspect to admit, confess about the crime on mere suspicion. Only based on suspicion, they try to torture the person and they force the person to confess the crime. It's about that, which is not a good thing, obviously. Now let us see. And editorials are very important because editorials usually, there you come across lengthy sentences. And today, if you look at the exams, bank or SSC, you come across lengthy sentences. And under pressure, not easy to spot the error or deal with the question. But when you go through the editorials, obviously you get used to this pattern then it becomes easy for you. It starts here, ends here. But in this sentence, try to guess the subject. I'll read the sentence. In the meantime, you try to guess the subject of the sentence. Nearly 15 years after the Supreme Court of India described custodial torture and deaths as the most heinous crime committed by men in uniform, brutal third degree treatment of suspects remains a chilling reality. Now tell me what is the subject here. If you can tell the subject, you're ready for the exam. I will give you a few seconds. I have already given. What is the subject? Such a lengthy sentence. What exactly the subject? A sentence like this you may get in the exam. They may make a mistake related to the verb. It comes under subject verb agreement. No one has responded. Here the subject is brutal third degree treatment. And it's a phrase. What is the key word, the last word, treatment? No, no, no. Subject is brutal third degree treatment. Subject is not the Supreme Court. Nearly 15 years after the Supreme Court of India described custodial torture and deaths as the most heinous crime committed by men in uniform, this is all like introduction. What is the sentence about? The sentence is about third degree treatment, brutal third degree treatment. And these words like introduction. Brutal third degree treatment of suspects. This is a phrase, put it in brackets. Brutal third degree treatment remains a chilling reality. Remains because the subject is third person singular, sentence is in present tense affirmative form. We should add s or es to the verb. In the exam, they may take the same sentence and they may delete the letter s and give in the exam. If you cannot spot the subject, you cannot spot the error. Do remember, identification of the subject in a lengthy sentence is very important. So, what remains a real chilling reality? Third degree treatment. Now, you may ask me, sir, what is third degree treatment? Brutal treatment of the suspect is known as third degree treatment and it goes with police department. I'm sure you all know that. And the very word brutal means what? Cruel, savage, cruel, savage, barbaric, all these words you have to recollect. Emboldened. Bold means courageous. Emboldened policemen with contempt for procedure. I told you, contempt usually goes with persons. But sometimes what happens, it goes with procedure, systems. Today we have traffic rules. Some people blatantly don't follow the traffic rules. That means they have contempt for traffic rules. They look down. Why should I follow the traffic rules? And they jump on the red light. They go in the wrong direction. All these come under, they show contempt towards the procedure, contempt towards the laws. Here, policemen, they have this contempt for procedure. What is the procedure? When there is a suspect, they have to file an FIR, then they have to start the investigation. In this case, they did not do that. So it comes under contempt for procedure. With contempt for procedure, show no hesitation in resorting to violence, not just within but also outside the police station. They resort to violence not with disrespect. Nagashri, very good. I appreciate that. Not only within the department but also the outside the department. Now coming to the incident, what exactly happened, where it happened, and who died. In Tamil Nadu, the recent death of a young man, Ajit Kumar, who was detained and past tense passive voice and tortured by a special police team. Team, you have to become alert and was detained. Police detained that person, active voice. That person was detained by police, passive voice, past tense. Why the word team is important, try to respond. What part of speech is it? It is a collective noun. Collective noun rules you have to recollect. There are there are two rules. First one, collective nouns usually take a singular verb. But, however, if the sentence talks about division, the same collective noun takes a plural verb, a plural pronoun. Ah, very good. Who is this? Shrikant. Here, team, you have to recollect the rules. in plain clothes, not in uniform, for alleged theft in Shivaganga district. Underscores, highlights the deeply ingrained authoritarian and intimidating nature of the police force. The sentence talks about a particular aspect of feature of the police department or police force. What is that? It highlights deeply ingrained. Ingrained means what? Fixed, deep rooted. You have to recollect a few important words quickly as smart learners. Ingrained, imbibed also you have to recollect. Imbibed. And entrenched, we have already got that. Imbibed. And another word you have to recollect, intrinsic. Yes, imbibe, ingrained, intrinsic, all these words. So sentence talks about not only in uniform, in plain clothes also, this incident highlights the deeply ingrained authoritarian and intimidating nature of the police force. The impunity means they have protection. Though they haven't followed the procedure, no one questions them. That is the impunity they have. The impunity with which he was detained, again past tense passive voice, without a formal. What is the procedure? The police have to file an FIR. That is a formal procedure without a formal complaint or the registration of a first information report. Our students, I'm sure, smart learners, the moment they see FIR, they recollect an important rule. What is that? The letter F is a consonantal letter, but we pronounce F. It has a vowel sound. Based on that, we have to say an FIR. They have given many a time. Not a. We have to use an FIR. That you have to recollect. Illustrates, demonstrates, or shows just how normalized such a disturbing behavior has become in policing. Here it talks about something is normal. What is normal? Police, their disturbing behavior has become very normal, unfortunate. And let me tell you, whatever I say here, not my personal opinion. Based on the editorial, I do the analysis. Everything is objective, nothing is subjective. I've just used the two words. Tell me what are the meanings of these words. They have many meanings, but in this context, subjective opinion, objective opinion. Subjective means a personal. All this analysis is not subjective, not personal. Objective means based on facts. Based on what the editorial says, I do the analysis. Keep that in mind all the time. Under the direction of the Manamadurai Deputy Superintendent of Police DSP, Ajit Kumar was taken by the team, past and passive voice, to several secluded spots and subject to lathi blows to force him into confessing to have committed the theft. Now, this sentence is very important. You may ask why. From here to here, all this is one sentence, only one sentence. I think this part, this is another sentence. It is like a paragraph. Under pressure, this is very difficult to comprehend. And using this is a hyphen, the idea has been extended. Under the direction of the Manamadurai Deputy Superintendent of Police, DSP, Ajit Kumar was taken by the team where to several secluded spots. And what exactly did they do? He was subjected to lathi blows. Why? To force him into confessing, admitting to have committed the theft. Why all this background information? A woman visiting a temple in Madhapuram had asked him to park her car. She later claimed that jewelry in the car was missing. So, what exactly happened? A woman in a place, what is that? A temple in Madhapuram. She asked a stranger, please park my car. That poor fellow must have done it. But after that, she claimed that jewelry in the car was missing. That is the actual thing. And she must have gone to the police station. And the police, they are supposed to file an FIR, then start the investigation. But here they did not follow the procedure. They showed contempt towards the procedure. Ajit collapsed under the brutality and the theft remains unproven. The person died and the theft remains unproven. They could not prove it. Justice, based on this, Justice S.M. Subramanian of the Madras High Court Madurai bench aptly said. What is the meaning of the word apt? One word you can think of, right. Another word you can think of, appropriate. Apt, appropriate. Aptly said, rightly said, it is almost police organized crime. Police are supposed to control crime, but here the expression is police organized crime. Very crudely, crude means not refined. And usually this goes with oil, crude oil, refined oil, behavior, crude behavior, refined behavior. What are the words for refined behavior? Sophisticated, sophisticated, sophisticated behavior, refined behavior, polished, civilized. And there's one important word you have to recollect. What is that word? Urbane. Urban, rural, that's different. But urbane means what? Sophisticated, polished, refined, or civilized. Very crudely, we have to say it is a state killing its own citizen. To put it in a crude manner, bluntly, the state killing its own citizen. What is the state here? Tamil Nadu. And Tamil Nadu state killed its own citizen. That is very unfortunate. Second part of the editorial talks about the brutal methods, can be justified, cannot be justified, and also the solutions, and may bring up in the past what happened and why the government has responded now, why didn't the government respond in the past. All these questions have been raised and answered. Most victims are from oppressed backgrounds. This is an important expression. Based on this, you have to recollect. Today, I don't see the usual response from your end. Downtrodden. A few students have been responding. Uh, Red in the tooth and claw. Who is this? Nagesh. Very good. Downtrodden. Underprivileged. Backward communities. And also grassroots level. All these you have to recollect. Downtrodden. Very good. Now I see Nagesh has responded. Shiva Prasad. Good. Keep doing that. Value addition. Oppressed backgrounds. Usually it's common sense. Many of you know these guys, police usually what they do. You must have movies also they show. A rich man commits a crime and the police, he gives money to police. These are all general things, not exceptions are always there. They catch a person who's very poor and they say, you accept the crime, we'll pay you some lakhs. Because of the financial distress, the person may accept the crime and may go to jail. And usually in this context, we have to recollect. Tell me what is the meaning of scapegoat? People of the people who are from oppressed backgrounds, they are made scapegoats. So what is the meaning of scapegoat? Most victims are from oppressed backgrounds, making them easy targets. In this case, attempts at a cover-up failed due to protests and political outrage. Police tried to cover it up, but they could not. What is the reason? Two factors. One, protests and political outrage. Means opposition parties must have created a big scene. Outrage means anger. With the custodial murder of a father and son, this talks about what happened in the past. I did an editorial that time also. While the custodial murder of a father and son in Satankulam during the COVID-19 pandemic still fresh in public memory. Satankulam, a particular place in Tamil Nadu, during the COVID time, father and son, they were subjected to custodial death. And people still remember, fresh in public memory. Keeping that in mind, Chief Minister M.K. Stalin wasted no time in damage control. This is like political motive. Elections are fast approaching, 9 months. Keeping that in mind, you must have responded according to the editorial. Next sentence talks about that. And what is the response of the government? 7 policemen, including the DSP, were suspended. Past tense passive voice. Later, 5 were arrested. Past tense passive voice. The case was transferred to the CBI. Mindful means be aware. What does it mean? Be aware of something. Mindful of a political fallout. Fallout means consequences. With the assembly elections 9 months away, this is what I was talking about. Mr. Stalin apologized to the victim's mother. Solatium. Solatium means what? Compensation. Compensate. We got another word yesterday or day before yesterday. What is that one? Ex gratia. Do you guys remember? Ex gratia. Solatium was offered, including a cooperative society job to his brother and a housing plot to the family. So, how did the government respond? The chief minister himself apologized to the victim's mother. Besides, solatium was offered, and also a job was given to his brother, and a plot was also given to the family. Mr. Stalin said that such incidents are unforgivable, means not acceptable, and unjustifiable, justifiable, means cannot be justified. Ah, very good. Yes. VUC has not aired in suspected custodial death cases in the past 4 years. VUC has not aired means not expressed present perfect tense. If you wonder why should we use a present perfect here, there is one phrase as a clue. In the past 4 years means from the past to the present. If this is a situation, we have to use present perfect tense. Based on that, has not aired present perfect. However, these measures alone will not bring closure to the families. They are superficial, according to the editorial. How does the editorial end? As directed by the High Court, he must ensure what is the use of must? Writer's opinion, personal obligation imposed by the writer by the editorial. He must ensure there is action against senior police officers if their involvement is proven. They should not be spared. No impunity should be given to senior police officers also if they are proven guilty. A fast track trial, immediately you have to be alert as a smart learner and recollect two words. What are they? Trial, trail. Trail is something like you leave behind a path. There's a trail. Trial goes with court cases, the entire process. A fast track trial is needed. It is time for the law keepers, policemen, fall in line and for such killings to end. Custodial death should be stopped. It ends on that note. Today it has taken almost 25 minutes, I suppose. That's good. I think I've touched all the dimensions comprehension, vocab, grammar. I've taken the holistic approach. Now let us go to comprehension skill. But you guys have been listening, and based on that, two skills you are going to test. One, listening skill, and the second one, obviously, comprehension skill. Try to answer first one. I haven't brought the timer. Tomorrow I'll bring from tomorrow. I'll mention the key word also. What is the central theme of the editorial? If one student responds, I will give the answer. The prevalence of custodial torture and the need for accountability. No, it is not A, not C, not. Answer is B. Yes, very good, Nagesh. All the related words plaintiff, alibi, innocent, exonerate, convict, guilty, verdict. Very good. I appreciate. What is the overall tone of the editorial? When you read the editorial, you should understand the police department has been criticized and a sort of anger expressed based on the custodial death. You cannot, it is completely negative. You cannot think of a positive word, any option. Positive, neutral, optimistic, positive, supportive, positive. So, what is the answer? C is the answer. Strongly critical, criticized the police personnel and outraged, expressed anger. What specific legal irregularity is highlighted in Ajit Kumar's detention? In the editorial, one particular aspect has been highlighted legal irregularity. Which one is that? Contempt towards procedure. He was arrested in the presence of a lawyer? No. He was detained after filing an FIR? No. He was detained without any formal complaint or FIR. Answer is C. Yes. What can be inferred about the role of public outrage in this case? Public anger. What is the conclusion we can come to? It helped cover up the crime? No. It led to the CBI refusing the case? No. It forced the government to act and arrest the policeman? That is a conclusion, obviously. Which of the following best captures the writer's viewpoint? Important question. The police should be given more powers to extract confessions? No. Custodial torture is justified? No. Keywords, always a focus on the keywords, eliminate. Police impunity must be curbed, controlled, and justice must be delivered swiftly, quickly. C is the answer. Now we have input 3, grammar rules. If you learn, I have done a playlist. Go to the playlist, you will see 200 grammar rules. Watch the videos. And you can answer exam topics like error location, sentence improvement, phrase replacement, correct sentence, wrong sentence, all these. Now, to teach the grammar rule, I have brought one of the sentences from the editorial, a lengthy sentence, and try to spot the error. The impunity with which he is detained without a formal complaint or the registration of a first information report illustrates just how normalized such disturbing behavior has become in policing. As such, it looks okay. But here the context, how many clauses are here? There are 3 clauses. How can we decide if there is a verb in a group of words that is a clause? 1, 2, 3. There are 3 clauses. And the whole context, contextual awareness is very important. The entire context goes into past. Sentence talks about something that happened in the past. And here, based on the idea, you have to use present tense, nothing wrong. Based on the situation, you have to use present perfect, nothing wrong. And first part, there's an error. Because the context goes into past, we cannot say is, we have to say was. He was detained. So a rule is what? Based on the context, you have to use the appropriate verb form. Context. Context is the most important factor. Accordingly, you have to decide. Now, let us go to effective English, and I have brought 5 phrasal verbs. Try to match column A, the phrasal verb, A to E, column B, meanings. Some are easy, some are difficult. Try to answer easy ones first, then go to difficult ones. Act on. At least one student responds, then I'll write the answer. Act on. Excuse me. No one has responded. That is rather strange. Act on means take action based on information or advice. The police acted on something. 4 is the answer. Account for, many of our students know. Answerable for. Explain the cause or reason for something. So what is the answer here? 5. Ask for. They ask for help. Means what? Request something. This is an easy one. Act up is very important. They have given in exams many a time. SSC as well as bank exams. Because you cannot guess. Act up means what? Misbehave or stop working properly. It goes with gadgets, laptop, system, not work properly, act up. This is an important one. Answer is second one. Act out, perform or express something through action. So first one. 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. If you have got all the 5 correct, wonderful. You should be very happy. Now let us go to exam topics. Error location, fillers, phrase replacement, all these you all know. Exam topics. First two questions based on error location. Try to read and spot the error. The advisory committee appointed by the top court has met only sporadic according to survivor groups. First, you identify the subject, advisory committee, nothing wrong. Appointed by the top court, that was appointed by the top court, nothing wrong. Has met, there's no time factor, present perfect, nothing wrong. But here, what is the verb? Meet. Meet, ask questions like how. Usually, after the verb, we use an adverb. How often, when, where. How often? How often? Frequency, adverb of frequency. Always, often, rarely, sporadically. So here we have an error. Sporadic adjective we cannot use. We have to use adverbial form. What is adverbial form? Sporadically. Definitely, I will do that. Sporadically. Good. Nagesh has written. The state government was able to arrange for the waste to safely disposed of within 6 months. This is also easy, should not be a problem. Two, when we talk about verbs, any verb has five forms like your five fingers. Basic form or infinitive, present form, past form, present participle form, past participle form. And here, basic form with the two. Without two, what do we say? Bare infinitive. Here with the two. With the two, we always use the basic form. Based on that, we cannot say disposed, dispose of. Very good. Now we have two questions based on fillers. The state must act decisively to address pending claims and medical needs, even if it means setting up a statutory body, legal body, to relief and remediation efforts. Context you should understand, they should unite, combine, or club relief and remediation efforts. Based on that, we need a positive word, collapse negative, negate negative, abandon negative, segregate means what? Separate. Neutral word, but not relevant here. So what is the answer? Unify. Yes, Sanjay. B is the answer. Very good. Shiva Prasad also. Within no time. Waste, once it has entered the environment, tends to into different forms rather than disappear completely. Different forms. We got this yesterday about waste, an important aspect. Waste never disappears, rarely, seldom disappears. It changes from one form to another form. Based on that, neutralize, no, evaporate, no, eliminate, no, cancel, no. Transform, change, convert. Answer is the first option. Now let us go to phrase replacement. The toxic waste was moved from the defunct plant to a treatment facility, which helped to push to the edge the pollution crisis. Here, helped the pollution crisis means what? Reduce the pollution crisis. So, what is the word for reduce? Reduce the intensity. This is a contextual awareness. Push forward, no. Aggravate, no. Escalate, no. Alleviate. Alleviate means what? Reduce. Other words, assuage, mitigate. Helped reduce the pollution crisis. No, 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 no. Context is understand the context. Something helped reduce a problem. That is the context. Based on that, what is the appropriate word? Alleviate. Phrase meaning. What is the meaning of the phrase push the city to the edge? I told you yesterday also, an easy one. Relocated the city's boundaries? No. Encouraged its development? No. Put the city in a state of extreme distress. Distress or danger? Answer is C. Word usage, an important exam topic. The word is defunct. Five sentences. In one sentence, it has been used properly. You have to identify that sentence. The defunct machine was producing excellent results. These two are not related. He plans to defunct his old habits, not related. The newspaper revived a defunct column. Column was there once, later they stopped, but now they wanted to revive. Seems right? Hospital is defuncting rapidly. Doesn't make any sense. They are planning to defunct the rule next year. No. So what is the answer? The newspaper revived a defunct column from the 1980s. Now, rapid revision or consolidation, these are the words you got yesterday. All that you have to do, write the part of speech and the meaning. In brief, you have to respond. At least one student responds, I'll write the answer. Incineration, part of speech, because some beginners are there, I will write the part of speech. Noun. Incinerate, verb. Incineration, noun. What does it mean? Don't write the entire meaning, write only one word. Key word you write, that's enough. Incinerate means what? Don't take too much time. Try to do it very fast. So already 7:48. Very good. Who is the first one? Nagesh. Burn. So burning. Noun form. Defunct. Part of speech. Adjective. Defunct system. Defunct machine. Defunct column. Means what? Not functional. No longer functional. Morning batch, one student responded obsolete. That's also good. I appreciate. Very good. Ashok here. Not no Divya, obsolete. Wonderful. Outdated. Naidu. Very good. Sordid, part of speech, adjective. We got this in a negative context. Sordid reality, sordid something. What does it mean? Disgraceful. Wonderful. Who is this? Divya. Disgraceful. You can also think of unpleasant. SUH, many of our students know, part of speech verb. Alleviate, SUH, mitigate. Inactive also you can say. Who is this? Vamsi, all in one. Immoral also you can say. Morally not correct. Good, Nagesh. Unpleasant. Yes, Sandhya. Part of speech, verb, and what does it mean? Reduce, intensity, mitigate. Wanting. Want has many meanings. Here, part of speech, adjective. What does it mean? Lacking. Here it means lack, based on the editorial context. Artifacts, relics. Who is this? Divya. Good, I appreciate. Relic, an important word. Part of speech, obviously, noun. Manually done. I write the key words manual and related to history or culture. Produce something using hands manually. And the product is related to either history of a country or cultural identity. Impetus noun means what? Stimulus. Stimulus. Man made, you can say, yes. Write only the key words. You don't have to write catalyst also, you can say, yes. Tripur Sundari. Very good. Catalyst. Sporadic incidents, sporadic rains. What does it mean? We have got so many times. Scattered. Statutory body. Statute means written law. Statutory means legal. Statutory means what? Legal. And last one, remedy, means what? Solution. Very simple. Today it has taken 51 minutes. Perfect. Before I end the session, the new students, beginners, they may have a few questions. To answer those questions, if you want to download the app after the session, go to the description of the video. Link has been provided. Download the app. You want 200 grammar rules videos. If you want to watch, go to playlists and watch the rules related to videos related to rules. You want to access the PDF, join the Telegram group. Link has been provided. Go to the description of the video and click on the link. You want to enroll in courses, download the app, Go to courses and purchase. Very simple. Thanks for being with me till the fag end of the session. I hope you guys have got enriched as usual. Have a nice day and do remember to subscribe and share. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. We'll try to make it a better session tomorrow. On that